Hello friends, welcome to the video and thanks for watching a basic abdominal anatomy part 1. This is part 2 and today we are going to talk about those concepts which we left in first video. Now to appreciate the arrangement of peritoneum, let us assume this collection of various objects, various different dimensions, 3D dimensions. As you can see, it is a cuboid, it is somewhat conical, and then a different shape. This is flower shape, this is spherical, and this is dice. So I gave you a job to wrap all of the objects into the sheet. As you can see, the marking, circular marking of the sheets. Now it's simple that, and I give you choice that you can do this in any random manner. Now when you will put these points on this, that is, you will approximate the points or any other points as you wish. When you will do this, you will see, and you have to uh, wrap exactly a position like this. By exact apposition, by mean only those objects which can be approximated by the sheet completely. Obviously, some objects would not be covered and some would be covered, some would be less covered. For example, the sheet can cover only this part or may overlay this objects completely. Now, after doing that, we can see various objects covering less, covering more, and covering exactly. Now, to appreciate the peritoneum in our body, this example was given to you to get a clear idea of peritoneum. Now, exactly in this manner only, the peritoneum is covered around the visceral organs inside the abdominal cavity. And when we see anatomical diagrams in our book, we see various fuzzy pictures with random pictures, that how did it arrange and how those uh, peritoneum part got their names. For example, when we wrap this, take example of this. This is a wrapped object and this is grooves, because when you wrap it around, you may see some grooves between the ups and down. Now, uh, in anatomy, for example, this is liver and this is stomach. Now, the sheet which covered them together and the sheet present here between, we got this, we label this as hepatoduodenal ligament. Now exactly this is the case. When we wrap the sheet, we have to give the name to denominate or to make the reading subjectly classification, so that we can build classification, we can read accordingly to denote them for studies. So in anatomy also we label them as such, so that the study can be done carefully and exactly. Now I am going to show some embryogenic development of guts to make to give you a better picture. So friends, we discussed peritoneum arrangement idea. I hope you got that idea how it get arranged at last. Now, when we see the development of the gut, we can see various aspects concerning about the development. Now here we see the foregut, midgut, and hindgut, how they are arranged around this peritoneum sheet, and developmentally how they convert. Now, as I said earlier, that you are given the sheet. Now, after wrapping it up, consider it as wrapped, very thin part. Now you can twist and turn any way you like. Now, same likewise in the body, after covering the all gut part, all the organs, the rotation takes place, and we can see how from here this is extended to here. Then we can appreciate the rotation here, then here. Now when you wrap around the sheet, obviously the part of sheet which was containing at one point goes to 2 point. uh, the point that I want to convey is that when you see the mesentery part here, we are, let us give this as location 1. Now after rotation, after more twist and turn, it goes to second location, that is the rotation is changed. But due to this perspective, we often confuse that how the location is, we think that the location is not justified, but it is the rotation, twists and turns in utero, which took place in utero, and at last we got different arrangement. And also we some also confused with the omental foramen, that is foramen Winslow epiploic foramen, how this is formed. Now consider this as room 1, and no, this consider this as sheet 1 and sheet 2 opposition. They are connected from here. When you put some objects here, then here, and you wrap them around like this, I hope you are with me. Now when you do this, some of the objects may lie in first twist and turn part, and other may lie at this part. Consider this, it is red part. Now after getting so much twists and turns, the space may sometimes be occluded, or maybe so thin narrow tunnel that we may call it a foramen. That is happening here only. We, after getting twists and turns, it forms like a foramen, and we can divide the space as two different parts, as we see in subsequent images. This is the concept of foramen. As you can see that twisting and turning are taking place in this section. Consider this as a section and as this plane. Okay, I'm giving this diagram here. This is the section, and this is the arrangement axis of twisting. So if it goes like this and it goes like this, there we can appreciate the space here and here, so that below them, lateral to the part which may see, can form the path of tunnel, as you can see from these images. To continue with the rest of image, we can see here as how it comes and finally attains the final location. Now it is the final location. How the now I will show a diagram to understand the development of greater momentum clearly, that how it is formed and how we can see that it has two double layers. That means here the sheet has opposed two times, therefore it is two, otherwise it would be have only one layer. As you can see how momental burst is formed, what is the concept of lesser momentum, that is this connecting stomach and liver, and what is greater momentum, that is it is from greater curvature of stomach, and lesser momentum from lesser curvature of stomach. The main thing I want to emphasize is that don't get confused with these names, as these are only the name of those sheets